Welcome back, everybody, to the Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we're breaking down movies of the Marine Corps 1 minute at a time. I'm Jack.
I'm Billy.
And this week we're breaking down, or I'm sorry, today we're breaking down minute number 73, where we learn that Gunny's coming to the end of it. And minute ends with him, looks like taking the hit for, just for being Gunny.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I think it's time for us to sit down and have a open dialogue in our relationship here.
A heart to heart.
Yeah, heart to heart, just like our heroes here in this minute of Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah, with some beer and some pretzels. Yeah, it's not a bad. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, Heartbreak Ridge is almost like it has a double meaning because he fought in the Battle of Heartbreak Ridge, but Tom Highway's been battling his heartbreak ever since he lost, his marriage with Aggie.
Look at you. Meh. Maybe.
Subtext.
Subtext, double entendre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie is a little deeper than we thought.
And it's not that much deeper. we like it.
Right, exactly. This is the boring part. We fast forward if we were not doing it minute by minute.
Yeah. I hope she shoots him soon.
Right.
Something, anything.
Where's that frying pan?
Yeah, exactly.
Action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they basically, on Friday, he had said it was different this time, and it kind of caught her attention and end of the minute. So pick back up on Monday, and she asks him, well, how so?
Yeah.
He basically states, well, I'm coming to the end of it,
Yep.
and he wants it to end as good, as right as it did when it started.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's feeling nostalgic. He's feeling probably lost. We've talked about this multiple times throughout the podcast about his, like I always joke, I'm like, the movie's about an aging Marine and trying to find his place in the world. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's a silly action / comedy, war film, but with Clint Eastwood as the typical tough guy hero, but he's also got that little bit of a sensitive side, and there you go. This is where the heart of the movie is. Not we've talked about like his legacy as a Marine is to then kind of get these ragtag bunch of Marines into shape and kind of carry on the tradition and the legacy of the Marine Corps. But in his own personal life, he wants to get back to a place where for him it felt right to him.
Right.
Sometimes going backwards isn't the right thing, but maybe in some cases people do kind of grow mature,
right,
and
try to make amends for their bigger mistakes.
Right, and then and they're different people now, and maybe the people they weren't compatible, but maybe the people they are now are, right. And so I guess he's kind of fishing around to see if he clearly still has an affection for her, and she's not totally against them, considering that.
Yeah, she's looks like she's kind of warming up to him during this minute. You she's like, "Oh, really? Oh, hey, would you like some pretzels? Have a seat."
Yeah, there you go. She's very hospitable.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
But I think that's funny, the whole pretzels thing, which I clearly it's a deflection. I even wrote that down in the brief seconds that we were talking. Deflecting. Because he's getting a little more personal, and I think she could tell where it's going, and so she's immediately like, "Want some pretzels?" And he's like, "Sure."
Yeah.
So he's sitting there chomping on pretzels with his mouth full and drinking beer, communicating, if you will.
Yeah, in a meaningful way.
I think we'll find out. Clearly I skip ahead enough that we're going to find out that maybe some of her anger towards him has to do with not so much. Well, I'm sure anger with his pigheadedness, but also, the fact that she was, scared of what would happen to him. The fact that, basically every circumstance in their relationship was beyond her control. And, probably resentment towards the Marine Corps for taking him away and his commitment to it,
Yeah.
and and probably seen as being more of a commitment to the core than their relationship. So I'm guessing, that's where some of her anger kind of built up at that over time, and it's not that she necessarily hates him; it just hates with the circumstance that happened. But aside from these few minutes where they're starting to be a little more civil and actually have a meaningful conversation, she's been pretty terse with him, if you will.
Yeah, I think you're pretty spot on. I mean, we kind of get it. Well, we didn't have wives while we were in; we had girlfriends, and sometimes and I'm sure it's no big secret. I mean, military life is kind of it's stressful. It's stressful on those that are in relationships with people in the military, and and it can be it can take its toll.
Oh yeah.
So and if I guess she felt like she was playing second fiddle to the Marine Corps, that's the Marine Corps is his mistress that he actually went home to every night and not her.
Yeah, basically.
He's
Yeah.
so
I do think he's really learned from those women's magazines, because he asked her flat out, did they mutually nurture each other?
yeah. She's like, what? I thought we were married.
Well, right. That's because he goes, well, did we communicate? And she's kind of like, what do you mean? Like, well, did we communicate in a meaningful way in our relationship? I like her response though, because she calls him out on it, like, relationship? Hell, I thought we were married.
In her defense, though, I don't know any. I really don't know anybody that actually buys into those magazines.
You'd be surprised. There are people who definitely
Oh, I'm
put a little
sure.
too much stock into that stuff. But she's immediately like,
What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, that's not his words.
Yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah,
put you up to this?
yeah, yeah. Where's Chuzu? Has he got a camera? Is this a joke?
Right.
Is he? Are you fucking with me? Get out of my house.
Well, but he does say, he's like, well, he wants to know what went wrong, and she's like, with what? And he's like, well, with me, first off, and that's the end of the minute right there with
Yeah.
me. And so like you said, he's owning up, like, okay, well, what did I mean, if he doesn't know, maybe he does know. Maybe he's having a communicating in a meaningful way with her, and
Mm.
he's trying to mutually nurture, by asking, but by saying, well, what went wrong? What did I do?
Right.
I'm sure there'll be more to it in the next minute, because obviously
Um,
they're still having their conversation. But yeah,
we're both married. I kind of feel Gunny on this one. Like, sometimes you get yelled at, you're in trouble, and you don't know what you did, and you can't make sense of it. Sometimes you just,
true, but that's
what
not what
did
he's
I
doing.
do?
That's true, but that's not what he's doing here. He's
No.
not like, "What I do?" He didn't say it like, "Well,
Yeah.
what went wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What I do?" It was
What
more
did
like,
it?
"No, like, our marriage failed. What
Right.
went wrong?" And she's like, "Well, what way?" He's like, "Well, with me."
Yeah, it's pretty mature.
Exactly. He's not putting it on her.
Right.
Well, he might later. I don't
Mm.
recall the full conversation, but yeah, I mean, he's just pacing the room, talking about their relationship, and I do like when she asks him, she's like, "Our relationship," and he, like, nods as he puts a pretzel in it, like, he doesn't realize how stupid he sounds to her.
Yeah.
I think he thinks he's like, "Yeah, I'm learning, I'm communicating."
Yeah. I'm using my big words.
To steal from another, another Marine that we had to learn how to communicate with children and women, sensitive. Yeah, anyways, I don't know, I mean, do you got a lot you wanna talk about this minute? I don't really have
No,
too much.
I don't have anything meaningful and expressive to emote at this point in time.
I do like, just something caught my attention, but she's got some, like, soldiers.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like the old Revolutionary War.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I would even say, yeah, almost like British East India Company.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, was it the pith helmets on?
Right, I expect them to be fighting Jack Sparrow. They're like, it's like 2 bucks,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Yeah.
They're just
He's a
kinda
hell of a
randomly there.
pirate. Yeah. Yeah, on our bookshelf.
Yeah, they're just kind of there as decoration. It's kinda funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not too. It's like a very 80s house with, brick everywhere and 80s
Yeah.
decorations. I mean, as far as like curtains and couches and stuff, but there's really not even a lot to. There's no Star Wars cups, glasses to pick apart this minute.
No. No, not not in this minute.
Nah. Well, what do you say we just call it a day and go ahead and find out what find out what went wrong in the relationship next minute, hopefully.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's not torture these nice people any longer than we have to.
Yeah, we'll keep it real simple. Well, all right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us this Monday. We asked everybody to come back from minute 74. We'll continue our deep and meaningful open dialogue that we're having with Perry and I, and also with Gunny and Aggie. And just Perry, though, before we go, I do want to know, during this whole time that we've been podcasting, these 73 past minutes, have we communicated in a meaningful way in our podcast relationship?
Hell, I just thought we were friends. Welcome back, everybody. Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we're breaking down minutes or movies of the Marine Corps minutes at a time. Motherfucker, let me start that over again. I cartwheeled out of control fast.
Oh my God. It was like you stumbled and he's down. I thought you were going to recover there for a second, too.
I'm up. He sees me. I'm dumb.